Hello guys, today I want to discuss about from insight to adoptions. A few years ago I was sitting in a boardroom in Abu Dhabi. The CEO had just finished reviewing the post-implementation report. The system was live, the project was declared a success, champagne had been ordered, and then he turned to me quietly away from the group and said, "Daniel, why don't feel anything has changed?" That question stayed with me for a long time, because he wasn't wrong. The system was running, the date was there, the process had been redesigned by the organization. It was still moving at the same speed, making the same decision, reacting to the same problems. They had implemented a system, but they hadn't built a capability. And that right there is what we are going to talk about today. So, next point, how we got here. Cast your mind back 10 years. The promise of ERP transformation was simple. Implement the system, standardize the process, improve the business. And we believe it, genuinely, because back then it worked. So, you implement ERP, you consolidated your data, you eliminated paper. That alone was a breakthrough. I remember sitting with the financial team in Kuwait. They were reconciling accounts manually on spreadsheets shared via USB sticks. When we gave them real-time visibility into their cash position, that felt like a magic, and it was progress, real progress. But somewhere along the way, the model became the trap. Organizations started measuring success by go live, by budget at handsets, by project closure, and the moment the implementation team left. So, did the momentum? The system got implemented, but nobody took ownership of it. The process got designed, but nobody kept improving them. The data got migrated, but nobody governed it. And over time, slowly, quietly, the transformation failed. Not because the technology failed, because we built a project when what we needed was a loop. Second point, the present, where we are today. Today, the world looks different. Supply chains that used to be predictable, disrupted overnight. Regulations that used to be stable, changed in weeks. Customer expectations that used to be seasonal, now they are real time. And they're the things about the organizations that are winning right now. They are not the ones with the biggest ERP implementation. They're the ones that can adapt fastest. Let me show you what that looks like. This is what we call the continuously SAP or different software solution, it doesn't matter, value loop. And I want you to know something about it. It doesn't have a start and it doesn't have a finish. Because transformation, real transformation, guys, real transformation is not a destination, it's a direction. One side, you discover what's actually happening in your business, not what you think is happening. You analyze the root case, you design the right response. Another side, you implement the change, you operate it with the clear ownership, and then critically you use what you learn to feed back in the next cycle of discovery. Discover, analyze, decision, implement, operate, and adapt. 6 points. Around and around and around and around. But here's what makes it work or not work. Right at the center, 4 things: people, process, application, data. If any one of them breaks down, the loop breaks. Let me give you an example from today, not yesterday, today. I was recently engaged with a petrochemical company in the GCC, sophisticated organization, major SAP landscape, years of investment. And their biggest problem, their process meaning date was telling them one story. The operation team was telling them a different story. And nobody was reconciling the two. The date existed, the tools existed, but the ownership fragmented. The loop was broken. Beat. That's the most dangerous failure mode we see right now. not a failed implementation, a disconnected one. So, next point, where this is going. Now let's talk about where we are hiding, because what we've just described, the loop, is not the end state, it's the foundation for what comes next. Artificial intelligence is not coming to replace your SAP or some different software solution systems. It's coming to accelerate this loop. Think about what's already happening. Discover, analyze, decision, implement, operate, adapt. About discovery, AI-powered process, meaning that doesn't just show you where your bottleneck are. It tells you why they exist and what to do about them automatically. Analyze predictive models that don't wait for a quarterly review and to flag underperformance, that surface in real time in context with recommended action. Decision AI agent that can evaluate configuration option across your SAP landscape and recommend the most efficient path before a consultant even touches the keyboard. Implementation, automating testing, intelligent change management, release cycle measured in weeks, not years. Operation, self-healing system, anomaly detection that catch issue before they become outage. Adaptation, machine learning model that continuously tune process parameters based on actual business outcomes. This is not science fiction. This is production reality right now for the organizations that have built the loop. But here's the honest truth. If your data is fragmented, I make bad decisions faster. If your processes are inconsistent, AI automates the wrong things at scale. If your people don't own the outcomes, AI generated insights that nobody acts on. The loop is not optional. The loop is the prerequisite. So, next point, the 4 dimensions. Let me spend a moment on each of the 4 dimensions in the center of the loop, because there is not a buzzword that make or break decision. First, people. I've seen maybe 50 million since my ballpark implementation to go live and fail, not because the technology was wrong, not because the user didn't trust it. They went back to their spreadsheets. They created workarounds. They stopped updating the systems, and within 12 months, the data was useless. People are not end users, they're owners of value. If they don't adopt, nothing else matters. Next, process. Every time an organization customizes SAP away from standard, they are making a choice. Sometimes it's the right choice, more often it's a habit. That's how we have always done it. And every deviation compounds, every customization becomes technical debt. Every non-standard workaround becomes a barrier to the next upgrade. The organizations that are moving faster today, they standardize ruthlessly. Not because standard is always right, not because the simplicity scale. Second, applications. More tools don't mean more value. I've seen organizations with 47 connected systems. Nobody knows which one of the source of truth. The goal is not bigger application landscape. The goal is a coherent one, integrating transparent governance. Last one, date. This is the one I feel most strongly about. That is not an IT problem, that is a business problem. When your data is wrong, your insights are wrong, your decisions are wrong, your AI is wrong, and nobody wins. Data governance is not a project you do once, it's a discipline you maintain continuously. So, what do I want you to take away from today? 3 things. First, stop measuring transformation by go live. Stop measuring it by the speed of your next improvement cycle. How quickly can you discover a problem? How quickly can you adapt? That is your competitive advantage. Second, fix the ownership problem. Every process needs an owner. Every data domain needs a steward. Every applicant needs a product manager, not just a system administrator. When ownership is clear, accountability follows. When accountability follows, performance improves. Third, build the loop before you build the AI. I know everyone wants to talk about AI. Everybody. I hope so. And right so, but AI built in a broken loop will fail faster, not succeed faster. Get your data clean, get your process standardized, get your people aligned, and then let AI accelerate what you have built. Thank you for your attention and see you around. See you next time.